I saw a video about transcendental meditation a long time ago, where a guy was introducing the concept of it and maybe what some of the benefits were of it, what the purpose is. And he drew a diagram of a body of water with a whole bunch of, rough, rugged waves going on the top of it. And he said that notice that even on this extremely rough body of water, deep down beneath it, it's still and serene. That place already exists for the ocean. That still, serene place. It doesn't have to try to stop the rough waves at the very top of it. And he said that was a lot of the aim of transcendental meditation, was that we find that place of stillness that is already there for us. That's just one example of a meditation that can help you get there. I think it's universally applicable to all kinds of meditation, and more broadly, all types of spiritual practice. There is a place that we can get to that is already there, that we don't have to fabricate, and we don't have to transmute any of the high velocity tension that's going on for us. It's just there already. That still, serene place. And it's just sort of a matter of knowing that it's there. Can we notice it more often? I've been anxious the last few days. Or I should say, I have been experiencing feelings of anxiety the last few days. Lot of turbulence going on in my thoughts, fast-paced thinking, and in my entire physical life. I can just feel it, If you've experienced anxiety, you know that it is a very real physical thing that you're experiencing. And yet, I'm almost having a welcome feeling toward all of it right now. Because it is a perfect, glowing example to me that even with all of that, even without doing anything to change any of that maybe unpleasantness, there is still a calm place of serenity that always exists at the same time. How is that possible? I'm not being calm and serene when I'm being anxious. And this is where we have to make distinctions between what we really are and what our true nature is. Because Joe, this small, limited human self, that's just a big pile of characteristics and descriptors, all the things that I have chosen to call Joe for the purposes of day-to-day functioning. He may be described as anxious. And at the same time, there is a truer nature that's just watching him and experiencing him and being aware of him. And you can call that just pure awareness. And that pure awareness that's watching him and everything else going on in the space of consciousness, it is always inhabiting a place of serene stillness. So in some ways, experiencing up and down emotions is actually a really welcomed test to, can I still be in touch with that still awareness even while all of that is going on? But it's still something that's hard to reconcile. Because, yeah, in the midst of the day, when I'm feeling anxious, there still are thoughts that witness that anxiety and say, hey, I need that anxiety to go away because it's making my life super duper hard. And it is a lot of work to get to a place where you can take a step back to that higher perspective that just says, does it need to go away? Does the anxiety or do the racing thoughts really need to cease? Because that pure awareness stays there perfectly bulletproof, untouched by any of it, even while it is going on. So what need does my true essence of pure awareness have for anxiety to cease being the case? And there's a really bizarre, hard to access paradox that occurs, wherein you say anxiety is allowed to be there as it is. I'm using anxiety a lot in this video. It's just one example. Any way that you want to label an unpleasant emotion, but just for the sake of what I'm talking about. By allowing the anxiety to be as it is, Joe, even small Joe, naturally becomes more okay with it and becomes less anxious. There's a beautiful quote that's said over and over in the great book, Taming Your Gremlin. That is, I'm not going to say it perfectly exactly. I free myself not by trying to free myself, but simply by noticing the ways in which I keep myself imprisoned. Being aware of and being equanimous with these self-imposed prison bars makes them slowly dissolve. There's been a lot of emotional turbulence for me the past few years. And I would say that it's despite or because of all of the spiritual work that I've been doing. It's a way toward a more regular state of that peaceful stillness. But in order to get there, you have to really unpack all that emotional baggage and all that mental baggage that you've been holding on to. Because by trying to ignore it, that's just another way of saying, stop being anxious, which Alan Watts described as like trying to smooth water with a flat iron. But the beautiful part is that getting to that place is not a matter of me trying to change myself. It's a matter of me recognizing my true state that's always been there for me. In a way, remembering what I have forgotten. And I love Joe. And I do want him to live a prosperous life, emotionally and otherwise. And so I'm still in that pure state wanting the best for him. And I do hope he can find his perfect resolution. And if not, he's allowed to be in whatever emotional state he finds himself in. But I have gotten in touch with a soft, easy stillness that can never be totally taken away.